Thankfully, God forgives me for these silly, stupid things I do.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So, any comments on that?
It's cool how all these time markers are stuck in there, and he must want us to know that information. Otherwise,
Yeah.
why would it be there?
Exactly. It's like with Christ's birth. He gives us enough information so that we can figure it out from the stars.
Mm-hmm.
From what the wise men say, you can figure out when it was. Now, there's some disagreement on it. Some people think it's 5 BC. Some people, like most of us, I believe it's 3 BC.
Yep.
And
well, we thought it was 5 BC once.
Oh, yeah, I did too.
And we thought it was 4 BC once.
Right.
But, we keep studying, and and as you audit your beliefs with the scriptures, you continue to learn more, and we continue to learn more. And when we do, if we find that we're wrong, we update our info.
Right. And we tell people about it.
Yeah.
We don't try and hide the fact that we made a mistake. God put erasers on pencils for a reason. We make mistakes.
Yeah, those darn pencils. It's their fault.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But I love the time markers. The two things in there that I really love are the time markers and the fact that Nehemiah prayed. Every time you turn around, he was praying.
Mm-hmm. What I find interesting also is that he had a pretty tight relationship with his master, the king.
Yeah.
To the end that the king was willing to grant him such a wish as that. Oh my gosh, that's just amazing.
It's amazing to me that the king, just by looking at him, could tell something was wrong.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I've never, there've been people I've had that kind of a relationship with over the years, but not many who could just look at me and tell something was wrong.
Mm-hmm. Like a spouse, perhaps.
Yes, spouse is the first one, and
yeah, maybe an employer or a co-worker or somebody you hang out with a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, people I used to hang out with a lot. I mean, there's just times where people, can look at you and say, hey, there's some people who have a long suit in this sort of thing. They can look at you and say, hey, what's up?
Mm-hmm. Or they can recognize it, but not only do they recognize it, they're willing to put their foot into your situation. They're willing to get involved.
Exactly.
To the end that hopefully they can help you, or do something for you that would help lead you or turn you in a different direction so that you could start getting out of that place that you don't want to be. A lot of times it's just attitude. You get shot with an arrow and it hurts.
Yeah.
And you just start focusing on that spot where you got shot, or, another way of thinking of it would be a mosquito bite or a bee sting. You just got stung by a bee. Your focus is in that area where you got stung naturally. So,
Yep.
So once that has been resolved, you can start to change your focus to other things. But until you can get rid of that distraction,
Yeah.
then your mind is being pulled in another direction. Thus, the anchor of the scriptures.
Yep. And if you have that long suit, you should be listening to God and go to that person and say, hey,
Mhm.
you know, God loves you. You quit
Mhm.
hating yourself.
Mhm.
You know, that's something I realized not too long ago. We don't have the right to hate ourselves. I mean, God loves us, so we don't have the right to hate ourselves. We can hate what we do wrong. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sin.
Hate the evil.
Hate the evil. Yeah.
Mhm. Don't hate the person, you hate the evil.
Right.
And evil comes in many shapes and sizes. Fiery darts of the wicked. And who's this?
John's trying to take over the meeting.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just kind of pushing different buttons.
See what happens. Yeah, I go through that. I go through that and I spend 6 months trying to fix what I did.
Yeah, I pushed 2 buttons. Which ones were they? And then you choose poorly, and then you got 4 buttons to unpush.
Yeah.
Like trying to work through a maze.
Yeah. It's like the other computer I have, I lost the entire sound system.
Oh my.
I mean, it would still play, but you couldn't use headphones with it.
Yeah.
So I kept messing with it and finally found a solution. But
But
now
it takes
I
time.
can't. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now I can't unplug the headphones.
They got welded in there.
Yeah, because, well, if I pull it out, then it goes back to the same problem again.
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting late. Do you guys want to call it a night or do you want to talk a little more?
No, I think
Yeah,
I'm good.
yeah,
Good,
Okay.
good for the night.
yeah.
Good night, folks.
And I,
Alrighty. Good night, everybody.
yeah.